Welcome back. It is a new year and it is a new me. Well, maybe not so much a new me, but it is a new year. And I love this time of year. As soon as Halloween hits, it's just a roller coaster ride to the end of the year. Before we know it, we are watching the ball drop and we're saying goodbye to one year and hello to the new year. Last year may have been tough, but it wasn't exactly the dumpster fire of 2020. But it did have its challenges. And this new year is also going to have its challenges. We don't know when Omicron will end. We don't even know if COVID will end. We don't know how long we're going to be wearing masks or even what type of mask we should be wearing. There's a lot that's out of our control. But one thing that we can control is our approach to the new year. Setting up goals and plans for the new year can help us feel really productive and in control when the rest of the world feels out of control. So today, I'm going to show you how I'm planning for 2022. But first, I want to talk about the differences between making resolutions and setting goals. At the end of the year, so many people will ask, hey, what are your resolutions for the new year? Oftentimes, we haven't even thought about them, but we just pull out the old regular ones every year. Well, I'm going to become organized. I think I want to learn this new thing. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to eat right, all these things. But we just don't take the time to actually write them down. And we're really excited to implement these things into our lives. But once the holiday buzz has worn off and the cold chill of January has really kicked in, we kind of lose our motivation and we just find ourselves doing the same old we were doing last year. And this is why 46% of people who make resolutions fail at those resolutions. It's because they didn't plan. I have to admit, that's been me. I've made my share of proclamations, and I've been really excited to get these things done. But unfortunately, I never followed through and actually made a plan. But this year, I'm making a plan and I'm starting by writing it down. And this is the difference between making resolutions and setting goals. By writing down your goals, you are giving yourself a better chance at succeeding and reaching those goals. Now, why is that? Because we remember things better if we write them down. You have to commit. You have to find a piece of paper, you have to find a pen, and you have to write it down. And when you write something down, it forces you to articulate what it is you truly want and to come up with steps on how to achieve those goals. Now, if you've written down your goals and you keep them nearby, it's going to be easier to keep them top of mind. They won't get lost in the daily minutia of everyday life. It's a constant reminder of that thing you want to do. Now, another key element of reaching your goals is desire. If you've written your goals down and you see it every day, but you find yourself not making any progress to reaching those goals or even starting for that matter, then maybe it's time to take a look at the goal and ask yourself if you're really, really passionate about it. Or maybe it's just something that you're like, it's kind of cool, maybe not. If that's the case, then maybe it's time to reassess what you truly want. But if that's not the case and there's another underlying reason, then it's time to really think about and assess it and see what it is you can do to move forward. This is my 2022 business dashboard. Mind you, I am not a Notion expert. I got my start after watching Motion Hatch's Time Management for Motion Designers. There, Haley also pointed me toward Marie Poulin, who is the Notion master. I will link both of those videos down below. You could say that this is the landing page for my business section. Here we have my vision listed, I have my yearly goals, quarterly plans, monthly plans, and a link to my weekly agenda. Let's take a quick peek inside the weekly agenda. I'm going to hold down Command and I'm going to click weekly, and that'll open this page into a full page view. At the very top, I have my widget clock and then I have my weather to the right. Here's the chart for my agenda. Taking a peek inside of this week, we will see I've got the times listed to the left and the days listed to the right. This will give me an overview of my entire week. At the top, I have the priorities for the week. Below, I have my weekly review and I have a habit tracker. Back on the main page, let's go ahead and take a look at my quarterly plans. Now we're seeing a full overview of the quarter. We have all of my goals, inputs, outputs, month progress, and relations. Right now I'm seeing all the quarters within this chart. I could also view it by quarters if I wanted to. Right now I've got Q1 and Q2 set up, and later on I'll be setting up the other quarters. Down below I have my goals for each quarter, and they are color coded by the quarter. So pink for quarter 1, blue quarter 2, etc., etc. Below that I have my timeline set up so I could see it in a long stretched out form, and below that again we've got another link to my weekly agenda. Let's take a closer look at my quarterly plans chart. At the very top, you see post 3 YouTube videos. The input for that is create calendar, which hopefully will lead to growing my channel. If we move all the way over to the right again, we also have a link to my content calendar. Going over here, you see another chart, and this chart contains columns for tags, status, publication date, Instagram, Twitter, and other relations. Going back to the right of that, we have planning for 2022 Notion. That's under weekly agenda, and that is saying that this is a goal that I would like to complete for this week, and that's the video you're watching now. So let's go click into that. This is a template that I will use every time I create a new YouTube video. It has video meta, which includes title, ideas, keywords, a publishing checklist. Below that, I have the content, which is script and research, and to the right, I have another chart for my B-roll. This is for all the ideas and different shots that I want to get while filming this video. It has columns for tags, notes, voiceover, and timestamp. This way I could keep everything nice and organized. This template was inspired by Thomas Frank, and I will list his video down below. Let's go ahead and take a look at home life. At the top of this page, I have a martial arts image because that's what I'm into. Next, we have my Spotify playlist, and to the right, another weather widget. Now, let me just say about the Spotify widget, it does play music, but only plays it for 30 seconds, which is kind of annoying, right? But if you continue to listen to the song, a link will pop up that'll take you directly to your Spotify playlist. So I find that helpful rather than having to jump out and go to Google and type in the URL, etc. Below this, I have headings for this week's priorities, personal hobbies, home, travel, and resources. I do like to see all of my priorities on this page so that they're always top of mind. To the right, I have an embedded Google Calendar, and again, another quick note here, you cannot add things to this Google Calendar within Notion, but I believe you can go back into your Google Calendar, add them there, and they will populate again here in Notion. Below this, I have a habit tracker and my timeline. One of the things I really love about Notion is that I can see all of my things in one place. So that's the beauty of this dashboard. For instance, if I want to work out, I can just click here. This page pops up, and let me tell you, I freaking love this page. It's amazing. No longer do I have to go over to YouTube and search for the video I want. I just embed it here, and then when I'm ready to watch it, I just open Notion on my phone, click on the workout I want to see, AirPlay it to my TV, and I am ready to go. No overwhelm. All gone. It's right here. Yay! You'll notice that when I clicked on workouts, it opened up in its own page, which is great. That means every time you make an entry, you can create a new page and populate that with as much information as you want. You could add pages within pages, you can add a database, you can link to other pages, and that is the beauty of Notion. You could just keep adding and adding as you need. Now that I've given you this overview, let's go ahead and recreate this page. The first thing I'm going to do is create a new page. So click down here to new page. There we go. We're just going to title this a new page. I know, that's exciting. We're going to click off of that, and you will see that new page is right here. I'm going to minimize this window just a little bit. I'm going to stick it off to the new side. Then I'm going to hit Command-Shift-N so that I can bring this page side by side with the home life page. There we go. So we can see what we're doing. All right. The first thing I've got going on is I have my image. So I'm going to add a cover image. I'm going to change the cover, and I'm going to grab something from Unsplash. Type in martial arts. Let's just pick this one here. Now let's just reposition this photo and drag it down there. Perfect. This thunderstorm cloud icon just isn't going to work for us. So let's go ahead and change that. Let's replace that with a link to one of the websites that offers Notion icons. What we're going to do is just come down here. I have this already saved. This is Notion.vip icons. And since we're in dark mode, we're just going to switch that over to dark mode, and then we're going to scroll down until we find a home. I'm going to copy this, go back to our page, and now we're going to paste image link. Submit. Oh, bam! We have our new icon. Now there are other sites where we can find custom icons. Let me show you a couple of those. This is super icons, or actually super.so/icons. And again, you can toggle light or dark icons, and you can scroll through and find the icon that will work for you. Now, if those two sites don't work, you can also go to the Noun project, where you can search a lot of different icons and probably find the one to your liking. If you can't find a dark version of these icons, you can always save the SVG, open it up in Illustrator, and change it there. Back on our page, I want to see this in full width, so I'm going to click the three dots, and I'm going to change that to full width. Great. As you can see, I have a variety of selections for this page. I could add a table, a board, a list, a calendar, etc. I'm just going to start with an empty page with an icon. Now I want to add my Spotify playlist. We're going to do the same thing we did before. Click the three dots, and I'm going to share this, and I'm going to copy my link to the playlist. I'm going to type the slash key, and that'll bring up my basic blocks. I'm going to scroll down until I see image, and then I'm going to embed the link and Command V, paste it in there, and it'll pop up. I can change the size of this by clicking on the sides or the bottom. I'm going to open Indify.co and get my calendar from my widget selection. There are a variety of options to customize your calendar on the left-hand side. And once you've finished your customization, just scroll down, click this link, and that'll copy it to your clipboard. We're going to come back to Notion. Again, type our slash key, scroll back down, select image, and we're going to embed a link and paste it right here. This isn't looking all that great. My Spotify playlist is on top of my calendar, and I really want them to be side by side. To do that, we're going to move the calendar to the right of the Spotify playlist by clicking and holding and dragging until you see this blue line appear. You're going to release, and that'll move everything over. Again, we want to make this calendar larger, so we can just grab these edges and pull it out and down. Next up on our list to do is to create these guys. I'm just going to start typing this out. All right, we've got that done. Before I create the headings, I'm just going to grab all of these because I want them to be checkboxes. Again, click this menu, and I'm going to turn this into a to-do list. There we go. I'm going to grab that, and you can do text and select heading 3, or you could come here and say turn into heading 3. So we're going to change the color of this text to blue by highlighting it, clicking on the A here, and then selecting blue. And because we want the background to be a gray color, we're going to select this one here to open this menu, and we're going to color that background to the gray. Just remember, when you want a background color, to click this right here and change it here. You're not going to change it in this. This is for the text only. I'm going to duplicate these just to make this go faster. Okay, done. You can see again, though, it's not looking all that great. You know, on the left-hand side of the page, everything is nice and tidy. On the right-hand side of the page, not so much. So to fix this, I'm going to highlight all of these. I'm going to grab this guy again, and I'm going to put it under my Spotify playlist. And you can tell by the blue line that it's going to tuck right under there. There we go. Now we've got our lovely little column all set up here. And I can also take this Spotify, let's clean that up a little bit. I want to space in between here, so I'm just going to hit the enter key a couple times. Oh, we forgot our weather. We got to add our weather. Let's do that right now. We're going to go back to Indify and grab our weather widget. So we're going to use the same exact process that we used to create the Google Calendar. So I'm just going to whip through that really fast. That's much better. How I got the horizontal line was I type a slash button here, and I just typed in div for divider, and I click that, and there it is. It appears there. You could do a double divider, a single divider, whatever you're feeling. Now that we've got this part of the page set up, let's take a look at the habit tracker. For me, the habit tracker was a little bit tricky, and this may not be the proper way of doing things, but this is my little workaround for it. A lot of people will set up a database, or they'll use a template. I've just decided to do something really simple, so let me show you how I did that. I'm going to go into my habit tracker main page. Let's just set up a table. I'm going to type slash, and I'm going to type in inline because this is going to be a table database inline, and I can name it habit tracker example. Here I'm just going to up by 9. You'll notice on this column it has a tags option. If I click on this, I can add different properties to this tag. I can make it a text, a number, a select, a multi-select, date, etc. We're going to use a checkbox, and you click on it and you can change the name here. So this is going to be Monday. I'm just going to duplicate this and go through this quickly. And now just add the habits I want to track. Now let's say I wanted to turn one of these into a page. I could easily do that by clicking open, and that'll automatically turn this into a page. And you can see all the properties are listed up here. I can add a property, and if I add it here, it's going to show up in the overall table. Let's say that these were the days of the week instead of the habits. We'll open this up here, and we're going to create a template. What we're going to do is we're just going to call it journal, and then we're going to type in a header. Let's say what went well today? What are you grateful for? What do you want to do tomorrow? We can make them all turn into heading 3s. Oopsie. Turn into, come on. Heading 3s. There we go. Add some space. And what you can do is go to the next entry, open that, and then down here you'll see a selection of templates you can use. I've got journal, empty page, and new template. We just created a new template in the last one. So if I click journal, you will notice that the stuff just appears, and it just makes it easier and faster for you to get the stuff done that you need to get done quickly. You'll notice these 2 plus icons up here that say habit tracker duplicate, habit tracker duplicate. We just had it duplicated twice. Ooh. These are called template buttons, and this is what I use to copy my template from week to week. What I will do here is I will create a new one, just show you how to do it. We are going to type again slash, and we're going to type in template, TAM, and click on template button. You'll notice all this stuff appears here. We don't need this particular one, so we're just going to delete this because that'll show up. So we're going to add our new name to our new template, and we're going to call this habit tracker example. Okay, and now it says empty drop blocks here, so we're just going to click and drag again right until the blue line shows up and release. Then we come up here and hit close. And now you can see habit tracker example has showed up on our page. Now I'm going to take this habit tracker example and I'm just going to drag it onto my new page. And once I do that, you'll see it disappears here. And if I go to the new page, it shows up here, and I just hit the plus button and it shows up. Now this button can always stay here, so you can add it again later. I'm just going to go ahead and delete mine. Now I'm going to go back to habit tracker main. So this is the master page. I'm always going to create my buttons here, drag them into my new page and have them show up. What's great about this is if I make a change in here, let's say I click Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I go back to my new page, you'll notice Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are not clicked here. So that means you can change this name, you can change it to whatever you want. So this is my workaround, but if you do know of a habit tracker hack where I could use a filter to create a habit tracker for weeks rather than just days, I would be very keen to know that. Okay, we're just about done. Now we're gonna go back and add some pages to our column on the left-hand side. We'll take workouts as an example. We can click this button again and we can say turn into page. There we go, and we can go ahead and open this. Once again, click the empty button. I am going to add an image. Now I want to embed some YouTube videos in here so it's easy for me to grab a workout when I need to. I already have Blog Lottie's called up, and there's Cassie. We're going to copy this link here, go back to our page, and we're going to type our slash button and come on down until we get to video and embed video from YouTube. And we're just going to paste that link right there. It'll show up. We'll go to another video over here. We'll grab this one. Come back slash video. That'll give us that link immediately. We're going to paste that, embed that video. And once again, we're going to move this next to here. As you can see, you're going to continue to do this for as many rows as you want, and your video will be right here. And there's a little watch on YouTube tab, or you can play it right here in your window, which is great. So whatever option you want. Back at the main page, you see I still have this icon here. I want to change that to a customized icon. So again, I'm going to click and I'm going to upload an image this time, and I'm going to choose it like I did before. Open that up and it's just going to pop itself right on in there. There we go. And you can do that for all of your pages that you create in here. So I hope that this was helpful and that you picked up a few tips, or if you have any tips for me, please leave them down below because I would love to hear about how you set up your Notion and how it's worked for you. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.